But out of Kawhi now, which of these three teams is best for his legacy?
Well, I'm going to put Toronto out. It's one of the Clippers or the Lakers. I mean, none of them would be bad for his legacy if he goes there and wins. But let's look at the Clippers. If he went there next year and led them to a championship, I mean, that would obviously be huge for his legacy because you're talking about a guy in a Big Three era, superstar-driven teams era. He will have in back-to-back years gone to places without a second superstar or even star and led two franchises that had never even been to the finals before to championships. That would be tremendous. And then you would really start looking at if he could keep it going, where he, how he's moving up the rankings. But I think what's more realistic, because I think maybe the Clippers would be a contender. But realistically, he has a better chance of winning more titles with LeBron and AD. So I think long term, if he goes to the Lakers, because he's proven, I've said it, he's a made man. The way people criticize Kevin Durant when he went to Golden State, he's joining, he's a bandwagon rider, front runner, all that. You can't say that about, to me, Kawhi Leonard, because he's already proven. If you want to say, he's taking the easy way out now, but his career, he has proven I can lead a team by myself without a second star. So I think he's beyond reproach in that regard. So if he goes to the Lakers and say he and LeBron and AD win a couple titles, then LeBron either just his game fades and he's clearly not as good as the other two, or he retires, Kawhi could still win more titles with Anthony Davis. So, and then finally there's brand. It's like we talked about with the Nets and the Knicks. If KD and Kyrie win championships with Brooklyn, that's big. That's huge for their legacy. You can't take that away from them. But if they did it with the Knicks, it's even bigger. Same thing with Kawhi. If you lead the Clippers to championships, great. Great. But if you do it with the Lakers, it is that much bigger. And now you're in there with Kobe and Magic and Kareem and Anthony Davis, according to himself. But no, you're on that. So I got to go long term. Just next year, short term, I'm sure I'm agree with Skip. I would say Clippers. But long term and realistically, because remember, finally, I'll say this. Kawhi, his health, he as strong and as big and as tough as he is, his body from his history seems a bit fragile.
A bit.
Right? And so playing with LeBron and AD, there you can have more load management. It's not as taxing night in and night out because they can carry the load. And so I think he can play longer and thus win more rings with the Lakers.
Did I not just tell you that? You know what's good?
I don't remember a word of that.
Skip, I had my first car, my own car. My brother bought me a car in 1988. Do you know 1980 is 31 years? You know I've only had one car get over 35,000 miles? In 31 years. You know why that is?
I don't.
I've always had
rich.
I've always had I was well off. It's because I've had multiples. So therefore, I didn't have to put all the miles on one car. He goes to the Clippers, all the mileage. You said he's fragile. You got an older car, you got to put more miles on it. Go to the Lakers, you got multiple cars to drive. One night AD might give us 40. Next night LeBron might give us 38. Kawhi can give us, we can take turns. I keep telling you, I get it. Toronto is great. It's a great city, great melting pot, great history, all that. But it's outside the U.S. The Clippers, Skip, they've been so downtrodden. Really, I'm trying to think who are the best players. Is Blake. I'm trying to think the Clippers' best player. All these, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin. I mean, they had all these.
Austin Rivers.
They've had all these failed number one overall draft pick from my homeboy, Purvis Ellington, Olowokandi, all that.
Yep. Okay.
But Skip, Lakers, purple and gold, and you get one name. Magic, Kobe, Shaq, Wilt, Logo, Elgin, Braun, AD, Kawhi. Say it with me.
He already's got one name.
Skip, the Pantheon is great. That's where it's at, Skip. I'm
They
sorry.
should hire you to do PR. Seriously. You and Jared Dudley should run the PR department.
You can get another car then.
Yeah. This is not even close to me. If he really wants to elevate his legacy to not just Mount Rushmore, but Mount Olympus standards, he'll go win a couple of championships for the Clippers in the shadow of LeBron and Anthony Davis in Laker legacy.
In the shadows. Skip that.
Well, he would start in the shadows, and then he would be in the brightest sunlight he's ever been in. The point is, he has not proven all that much to me yet. He's proven he can be the luckiest player in the history. Well, seriously, you want to talk about a blessed path? He gets drafted by, to me, the best franchise in sports. And they reinvent him. They teach him a shot that he did not have at San Diego State. And he winds up winning one championship with the Spurs and stealing the MVP of the 2014 finals. Well, he stole it. He didn't lead them in scoring or rebounding or assists or plus minus. He didn't lead in any of those categories, and he won the MVP because he held LeBron to 28, 7 and 6.
Right.
Okay? And you scoffed and laughed at that. And he won because of that. I don't know. He won because it was the biggest margin of victory in the history of the finals. It was a complete wipeout, and it's like, well,
There's no clear cut.
Okay, yeah, it's like, okay,
Yeah,
let's
everybody chop
give it
each
to
other up,
him.
yeah.
And as you say, you're writing your game story, and they tap you on the shoulder. Who you voting for? I don't
There's
know.
some truth in it. Yeah,
Right? Okay.
right.
I'll vote for him. Tony Parker's the leading scorer, and Tim Duncan was the leading rebounder, and Manu had the best plus minus by far. Number 2 had like the 5th best on the whole team. I don't know. I don't know how he won it, but he did. Then he goes to, and again, you discount the Raptors. He joined a team that had easily the best record in the East the year before at 59 and what were they?
23.
23. 59 and 23. Best record in the East by far. And at the trade deadline, Masai Ujiri goes out and gets Marc Gasol, a 3-time All-Star, 2-time first-team All-NBA, and a 1-time Defensive Player of the Year. Was that not a crucial addition? And you've got Kyle Lowry, who's a 5-time All-Star. I know he'd come up, he'd shrunk against LeBron every year, but it was LeBron in the East. He was the beast of the East. And they were embarrassed by LeBron year after year when they ran into LeBron. They just genuflected. They dropped to their knees and said, we are not worthy of you. Am I right? Okay? But he was still there. And Siakam was on his way to winning the most improved player in the league because he's going to be an all-star, a multiple times all-star. He is really good. And Danny Green came along with him. Danny Green made an all-defense team for the Spurs and set the finals record for three-pointers made in the 2013 finals. So he's a really good player. And Serge Ibaka was a 2-time blocks champion and 2-time first-team all-defense. Well, he's there, and he's coming off the bench. And Van Vliet, he had, in the playoffs last year, he had the best plus-minus in all the playoffs in the fourth quarter and overtime, which is why Hubie Brown, you say delusionally, gave him his vote
Prisoner of
for
the
finals MVP. Okay, prisoner of the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
That's your turn.
Okay, all right.
Own it.
Okay, I'm not going to own it because it wasn't, because I thought he played great. He's one of the best closers in basketball. That's a stacked team to me. And then number 2 gets every conceivable break on his playoff path. Joel Embiid was a shell and shadow of himself. Am I right?
Yes.
Sick, hurt, sick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and it still goes to Game 7, last shot, and I still don't know how it went in.
I do.
English.
Okay, English. So he put English on it up in Canada.
But Houston,
I don't know.
But Skip, Houston had some of those breaks that Toronto got. Kevin Durant got hurt against Houston.
Right.
They didn't take
Gotta
advantage of it.
capitalize.
Okay.
Portland had that break. They didn't take advantage of it.
Okay, but again, they got like it starts with Clay pulling his hamstring in game 2 and missing the last 8 minutes. Then he misses all of game 3 or it's going to be 2-1 Golden State. And we're going to have a different conversation. Then Kevin comes back and ruptures his Achilles after making his first 3 threes. You know what was about to happen, and it didn't. And then Clay looks like he's taken back over the whole finals, and he's on his way to winning MVP, and he wrecks his knee. Well, it's like meant to be, meant to be, meant to be. You've proven some, but not all that much in your path to now. But now, if you go take this Clippers team over the top into the finals and win it,
Can you imagine if he take that Laker, that brand, his brand, the claw? Boy, they about to sell out New Balance.
If he goes to the Lakers, what do you see his legacy?
well, again, he'd be the third wheel on
No,
a
you stop
prohibitive favorite.
No.
Okay. All right. Great.
He'd be the
We don't have any wheels.
Yeah.
We don't have wheels. We just fly.
There won't be if they team up together. There won't be a Chris Bosh or a Kevin Love in that group.
I would say
Right?
not.
There can't be.
No. Except somebody's got to be the third wheel, and I think just because he's not a Clutch Sports client, he's not going to be conceived as or perceived.
That ain't how we do business, Skip. We're in the business of look. We at Clutch. That's not how we do business.
Yeah. What will be the pecking order? What will the media see the pecking order? It'll be number 6.
It will be LeBron's team.
Yeah.
It will be LeBron's team.
Yeah.
There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Okay.
But I think LeBron has to be the facilitator.
We're trying to win, Skip.
Trying, it would be over. It's
trying
like
to
a
win a
done
title.
deal. Like you just throw the
They need
parade
some
tomorrow,
shooters.
right?
We'll get some shooters.
They need
And a lot
make
of
Jared
roster
Dudley
spots
starting.
to fill.
Yeah, he's going to. Maybe he could announce tomorrow, and they could have the parade on the 4th of July, right? Why not?
Gosh.
We will see when this
we
decision
need
comes
time to
down.
prepare.
Enjoy Kawhi watch. We'll talk to you soon. So why is Kawhi taking so long to make this decision? Rick Bucher is going to weigh in next.
Info.
He busy.